Welcome everybody to a new episode of TerraFirmaPunk. Our pit kiln here is almost done. I've been waiting for it. I went and chopped down a tree while I was waiting. Anyways, this should finish any second and I will show you how it works. I was supposed to do a longer intro. Apparently it wasn't long enough. But this should finish any second now. I also just, when I got on to start recording, I realized we didn't open our quest bags, so let's do that really quick. Oh, nice. A sapling and another quest bag. Quest bag inside of a quest bag. That's great. Some seeds. That's good. I will get rid of the hoe, though. And what's this new one? A good one. The other two are basic. Oh, and the stuff's done. Okay, so you gotta move quickly when you are doing this. Let's throw something out. That for now. You gotta move quickly because the metal inside of your pot here will eventually cool and you won't be able to pour it anymore. So, and also I realized I was kind of dumb. If I wouldn't found one more copper nugget, I could have made a saw as well, but I didn't. So that kind of sucks. But oh well, get what you get. Let's grab this big vessel. So with these, there are these and there are barrels, and this is basically a smaller version of a barrel. It has a 3x3, and the barrels in this have an extra row here on the side. Maybe two, I don't remember. But they can store much larger things. Like in the little pots, we can't put in over 80 ounces of food, and I can put them in here. So that is amazing, and I'm going to just dump a bunch of my stuff that I'm not using right now in there. And before I forget, let's take these out of the molds just by putting them in the crafting window. Give them some handles. And there we go. We now have the first pickaxe you can get in the game. Let's pick this up. So when you pick this up, it keeps its inventory. It's kind of like a shulker box. But if I want to be able to move around with it, it has to be in Terrafirmacraft's special back slot that's right here. You see, now it says I'm not overburdened. It said it down here at the bottom, but if I take it out, it says overburdened. That means I can't move at all. I'm pressing W, A, S, and D. All I can do is jump. Yeah, but anyways, let's put that on our back so we can move. Then grab the rest of our pots here. So this jug is amazing. You can pick up fresh water and carry it around with you, and you can also drink more at once than little handfuls. So without the jug, this is how fast I can drink. Really slow, but if I use the jug, there's like half of my water bar, and I can pick up more water to carry with me. Anyways, enough goofing around before I cut. Let's open that. Look at that, a copper nugget, exactly what I needed. Ah. Alright, anyway, I will be right back. Okay, so last episode we were looking at this hillside here as a place to live. It's got fresh water right there, and it's elevated, which means it's a little easier to defend. I even walked around a little more, and I found a bunch more of the copper nuggets. However, in this biome, or whatever we are in here, this longitude, latitude, the mosquito guys spawn, and they are super annoying. So I think I might actually... It's a kitty. I think that's a bad kitty. Anyway, so they're like one of the most annoying things, so I think I might actually walk off in a different direction and try and find a different place to live that's similar. But yeah, I'm going to do my best to survive through this night, and then I'll get back to you and tell you what the plan is. New plant. Squash. Okay, so I ended up retreating away further because a horde of zombies caught my scent. But I realized nighttime, since I'm not really doing anything, it's actually a pretty good time to explain things on how this mod pack works. So basically, if you look up here at my X, Y, and Z, you can see my X is 1900 and then my Z is 10,000. So basically, the closer you are to 00, the more tropical and warm the climate is. And then you can see biotemp here. So the biotemp right now is 22 degrees Celsius, and the average is 14 Celsius. So we are in a fairly cold area. It's like mid, kind of fluctuates. So we might try heading towards 00, which is, let's see, let's find it, which is that way. So we'll probably walk off in that direction. Uh-oh, more trouble. So in this pack, you might have noticed that the zombies are wearing all sorts of weird stuff. Like this guy's got a top hat, he's got a bent stick in his hand, and there was another guy back there who was wearing some like wireframe chest piece. And then that guy over there has some weird device in his hand. That's part of the craziness of this pack. They got all sorts of weird stuff. That guy's wearing overalls. But that's kind of how this is. There's tons of... That's why night is so dangerous. There's so many just random and crazy mobs that you have to avoid. And my opinion, the zombies are probably the worst, because there's just so many of them. But then there's like a bunch of different types of spiders. I think that thing was a whale. So before we leave on our journey here, I figured I would show how this prospector pick works. So basically, if you right click on a block, and depending on the face of the block, it does like a scan. So if I click on the top of a block, it'll scan down. If I click on the side of a block, it'll scan in the direction I clicked. If I click on the bottom of a block, it'll scan up, basically. So this is where we found a ton of that copper. And look at that, very large sample of copper. So if I go into journey map and then to waypoints, I can edit this waypoint and change it to say very large copper, because now I know it's a very large vein of copper. And very large is the best. There's traces, small, medium, large, and very large. Large is the best you can get. So we will save that, and let's head off on our little journey here. Oh, hematite. So this is iron. So you see it says small sample down there. Nothing of interest, nothing of interest. So there might be hematite here. Might not be a very large vein of it, but there might be hematite here. What is this? Another lemon tree. Might as well take some saplings if we can get them. Okay, no saplings. New crop. What is this? Soybeans. These are very, very useful. You can make soy milk out of them. If you can't find cows, it's the only way you can get milk. Willow trees are the best for like farming, like in tree farms. Ooh, an olive tree. I will take that. I see tomatoes. I want those tomatoes. Look at that. Next to the tomatoes that are right over there, there's also more copper in the area. So let's do a reading. Very large sample. Look at my luck. This never happens. So that's really lucky. I must be getting like recorder's luck or something, because I've never been this lucky. Finding copper, that is. I will take as much of this as I can. Let's grab our tomatoes. And we don't have space, but that's why we have these vessels. We could just dump all of our stuff in here and have more space. It's lovely. I'm getting so lucky. Oh, and the luck continues. Oh my goodness. There's so much copper. This must be like 2 very large veins of copper. But look at this. These plants are one of the most useful plants in the entire game here. It's called jute. And I should wait until it has the little yellow stuff on the top of it. But I can't. I want this. Because I'm planning on keeping moving. Also next to one of these little buildings here. I think that you can like go into the basement of those ones. I haven't really experimented with those. So jute you can turn into rope, which you need to transport animals. You can't just lead them by holding a certain type of food in your hand, like in vanilla Minecraft. The lag's getting pretty bad. Anyways, enough jabbering. I am going to just keep walking, and I'll be back. Okay, so I found something pretty interesting here, a little ways away from where we were. These buildings are amazing, especially in the later game. How do I get in? Oh, more jute. So much jute, jeez. Oh, okay, so there's spawners in these buildings. I don't have a weapon. I'll use the X. And they spawn these guys and like spiders. I think there's a couple other guys that can spawn in these. But they give amazing loot. Like this thing you can use to copy enchantments like on books. So you can have like if you have an Unbreaking 3 book, you put it on there and a blank book, then you can copy the Unbreaking 3 book onto the book. But the biggest thing about this building is this coal coke stuff and these coke oven bricks. You need these later. It makes charcoal or coal coke, which are very important in this, especially charcoal. And you can get hoppers, which are a pain to make. I'm worried. Let's stick a log there so no one can get me. Let's break this spawner. Might as well stay the night here since it's getting dark. But yeah, so if I ever see any more of these pink roof buildings, I will definitely stop at them because they're very useful. Anyway, I'm going to stop recording and I will be back to you when it's day and we're back on the road. Alrighty guys, so I have found an area that looks very nice and I am probably going to build home. So we got this nice fresh water, there's tons of it everywhere. If I go in journey map, you can see the journey we took. So spawn is here, and I just kind of did a zigzag pattern back and forth until I found this area. And this looks like a very great area, at least for the start here. And you can see that I found a bunch more copper veins all over the place. And I also found some other stuff, but it's not worth mentioning. But anyway, right over here on this waypoint, I found a very large vein of copper in pretty much the exact spot I want to build my home. So that's lovely. I'm gonna probably fortify this area, dig a trench here so things can't really get to me that easily, and I will make it so the entire perimeter of this area right here is at least 2 blocks so things can't get up to me when it's dark, other than spiders. And I'm surrounded by water on most sides, so I should be pretty safe here. So that's what I'm going to be doing. The trees in this area, so each tree has a different color of like planks, and the trees in this area are not very nicely colored. Like the spruce stuff is like a very light salmon color plank, and the willow is a really dark green, so I'm going to have to go on an adventure to try and find a nicer color of wood for building. But we will probably do that in the next episode. Anyways, I'm going to get some stuff put together here, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got some stuff together here for a pit kiln. We're going to make a chisel, a sword, and a saw. We will make more things later, just right now, these are the ones I have the resources to make. Gave the area a little lawn mowing for some straw. I'm going to take our logs, stick those on the top. Oops. Alright, so continuing on our topic here, we'll start with what we found in our little adventure there. So, first off, I found a lot of these oats and wheat, and I found a bunch more cabbage, and I combined it with some of the stuff that we had. Bunch of red bell peppers, bunch of squash, and obviously tons of copper. My seeds are all in this hopper here from the clip that I showed earlier. I found garlic as well. I didn't show that. I already ate all of it because it was tasty. Anyways, continuing on with what we got in our goodies bag. We found some red apple trees, soybeans. Let's see, what else? Ton of jute, those tomatoes, more olive tree, sugar cane, ton of cabbage. Ooh, I will take that out to stack it. We also found yellow bell peppers, and let's see. I already saw that. Okay. Oh crap. I think I put the wrong vessel in there. Oops. Let's stop that. I think I put the wrong copper vessel in. That one's supposed to go in there. Let's do that before it gets super dangerous here. And let's get this back going again. That was my mistake. Ouch, sidetrack there. Let's get back to that. Or get that going again. Because it's getting dark, I didn't actually fortify anything, so I'm going to go hide on this little poke up in the middle of the water here. Anyway, so one of the biggest things about this that I am worried about is the rock types that are near us. So the rock type we are in right now is called dacite, and I don't have any of the rocks on me, but you can see them over there. That's dacite, and that's the type of rock in the area that we're in. So depending on the rock type, you can only get certain types of ores out of that rock type. So on dacite, we can get bismuthinite, which is used for a copper alloy. We can get hematite, which is iron. We can get native copper, and we can get native gold, which are all useful, especially in the early game. They're pretty useful, except for the native gold. It's not super useful in the beginning. And then another type of rock that we have over at the spawn area, where world spawn is, this area, this is granite. And in granite we can get, let's see, I have the Terrafirmacraft wiki up so I can see. In granite we can get cassiterite, which is tin, and we can get gold and silver, but that is it. A lot of the important ores we need later on we cannot find in these rock types. For example, to find like kaolinite and graphite, we need like sedimentary rocks, and these are igneous rock types. And we need kaolinite and graphite for some of our quests later on in the quest book here. Speaking of which, we haven't looked in this in a while, so we'll look at that in a second. We need this nickel, which you need for late game. Lets you make like the best tier weapons and armor. and machines in this pack. And then sedimentary rock types as well as metamorphic. We can certain types you can use a hammer and crush the rocks down into a mineral called flux, and we need that for metalworking. Like on an anvil, it lets us weld things together, weld metal together to make more advanced types of armors and tools. But yeah, anyway, that's one thing I'm worried about, and we only have 2 tree types at the moment. I did get some trees from the quest book, and if we're lucky, we can get saplings and start farms going off of those. But yeah, so we're going to need to do a lot more exploring if we want to find anything good. Let's take a look in the quest book here. So if we open the survivalist, you can see I haven't actually completed any more. This one is really easy. You just have to go pick up the yellow flowers above clay. I could do that anytime. So I might go and do that here in the morning. And then this one just wants you to make a wall out of the rocks. And then the jack-o'-lanterns, it's also a quest. And we have those, I just can't do those because I haven't made torches. And you can't make torches normally, like how you normally would in Minecraft. You can't take a piece of coal or charcoal and a stick. You actually have to build a campfire or an oven or a forge for working metal, and then you can put these sticks in that and it will catch the sticks on fire and they'll turn into torches. These guys, I haven't shown them yet. These guys are from the Twilight Forest mod. That's one of the mods in the pack here. And they're minotaurs. Basically, they kill you by when they hit you. They knock you way up into the air and make you take fall damage. And fall damage in this is one of the things that does the most damage out of anything. So they're really annoying, but they also drop really good stuff. So one of the big things in this is it is hardcore. This pack. It's hardcore. If I die, I'm dead forever. Except that I can give myself more lives, and we can track our lives here. I have 5 right now. I have died 0 times. And we can get more lives by killing these guys. They drop these quarter of a hearts, and you can make them out of this meef stuff that they also drop. So, if I want the series to keep going, I need to kill a fair amount of these guys, just in case I start dying a lot, which in the early game you tend to die a lot. When day comes here and that pit kiln finishes, we will cast our stuff and we'll call the video there. So I will see you in a second. Okay, it's happening now. Pit kiln finished before the sun came up, so I've got to quickly grab all of my stuff out of here and make a run for it before things kill me. I'm panicking a little bit. Put that in there. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, one thing that really makes me feel awesome and encourages me, motivates me to keep going is when people like the video, and especially when someone leaves a comment. That is my favorite thing ever. So if you want to make my day, maybe even my week, leave a comment, because that just makes me feel so good when I get a comment. Well, anyway, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. I'm ninjawesty, and bye-bye.